Hello everyone. In this video I'll be speaking about healing with expanded or altered states of consciousness. In the healing work that I facilitate, I often work with meditation or hypnosis practices. And these are practices that are designed to help guide someone to shift their focus or state of consciousness. When we do this, we're able to access other parts or aspects of ourself and facilitate healing or integration of those aspects of our being. One of the challenges in psychological healing work or any other type of healing work is that our conscious awareness often doesn't have access to these subconscious levels of our awareness. If we have past experiences, past traumas, past memories, programming that we've accumulated from other times in our life or even other lives, we usually aren't consciously aware of all of that, even though it is very much influencing or affecting our life. So if we're able to use these particular healing methods, we can often access more of that information about ourselves. We can kind of tune in to where the unresolved issues are, where the influences or programs in our consciousness reside which are affecting or impacting us. People have used a variety of practices throughout history to connect with these parts of their consciousness. In some cultures, there are rituals, there are traditions that are used. Methods could include chanting or drumming. Some cultures use entheogens, plant medicines, psychedelics. Some cultures will use different types of meditation practices, whether it's breath work or visualization type exercises or mindfulness. So there are many different approaches that might be used. In modern psychology, hypnosis is often a method that's implemented. Hypnosis really is quite similar to many meditation practices. There's kind of an overlap there between hypnosis and meditation. The fundamental processes are the same, so it is all about shifting the focus of one's consciousness. We can do this through different types of guided exercises, intentionally shifting our own attention, our own focus of awareness. For those that have heard about or explored psychedelic substances, with those, the approach is kind of a shortcut, a biochemical method. In that circumstance, you could be kind of catapulted into those altered states without using your intentional focus, just by the chemical effects of that substance altering your brain activity. Your brain isn't functioning the way it normally would, and you're not able to maintain the regular everyday state of focused awareness. Your consciousness is shifted into those other realms or domains where you naturally connect with the subconscious or superconscious material. So there are both benefits and drawbacks to using that type of approach. For people that may have difficulty mastering their own focus of attention, who aren't so great at disciplining themselves with meditative exercises, they may find that using the plant medicines more quickly or easily carries them into those altered states where they wish to connect with whatever subconscious material they need to for their healing. At the same time, if you're using a chemical approach, then once you're led into that particular state of consciousness, you're kind of stuck there for a while that chemical is active in your body, so you can't quickly or easily pull yourself out of that state. You kind of have to remain there and go through whatever you're going through to process whatever is occurring or whatever you're experiencing. So you need to be very conscious and clear that you're truly ready, willing, and able to go through those processes. With meditation or hypnosis, it's much easier in a sense to withdraw your focus from those states, to quickly bring your attention back to your everyday conscious alert state, to your more external focus of consciousness. So we want to consider which approaches will best suit our own particular needs or situation. It's hard to say that there's one size fits all in this regard. Different people will choose different approaches or techniques because it happens to appeal to them, to what they desire. Personally, I've worked a lot with meditative practices and hypnosis, and find these are very powerful, safe, and effective methods. With each of these methods, it's up to the individual who's using it what they are going to get or obtain from applying that particular method. Not everyone who uses meditation or hypnosis will have the same type of experience or access the same depth of insight or healing. And the same could be said for anyone who's using plant medicines or psychedelic substances. They won't all access the same level or frequency of consciousness. They won't all be able to process the same amount or level of material. So we're all at a unique place in our own personal journey, our own spiritual path. For those that are exploring alternate states of consciousness, be aware that consciousness is really everything that exists. Our physical reality is in a sense like a dream occurring within consciousness. Consciousness is actually creating physical reality. It's not just your own individual personality, not just that consciousness that's creating things. It's many different patterns, many different fields of consciousness that are co-creating reality. But in a sense, they can all be traced back to the same ultimate source. So we can access many different things when we go into these different states of consciousness. Some of them may relate more to our own individual experience, our own personal memories, our own soul's incarnations, while we could also connect our consciousness with other things that exist within creation, since at some level there's no separation. All things are extensions or expressions of one infinite consciousness. When people have psychedelic type of experiences, they often go into those realms where there is no separation or individuation of personality or of individuated consciousness. They may experience a sense of everything being one indivisible whole, one limitless field of light, one infinite creative power. A state of love or bliss may be experienced. So these are people allowing their consciousness to go into those more expansive realms. That can be accomplished with a variety of exercises. It doesn't require psychedelic substances. People can access those states using meditation or hypnosis practices. I've had some occasions where people I've worked with had previously used some type of psychedelic substance and had a particular experience with that substance, and then later, while they're just doing a normal hypnosis or meditation exercise, they reconnect with that same state or that same type of experience. So this shows that we have the power to access those states just using our own consciousness, our own focus of awareness. It doesn't require using a chemical substance. One reason why it's very valuable to explore these different approaches of shifting our focus of consciousness is that our consciousness tends to be fragmented and split. We don't have awareness of our own past, our own memories and experiences. We don't perceive the way our reactions and responses to those experiences are continuing to affect us in the present. We sort of lack this awareness of how we develop our own identity, and by not having that self-awareness, it's more difficult to make changes within ourselves. So if we're seeking to grow and evolve, to transform or heal in some way, then it's really helpful to be able to connect with more aspects of our own being. We may have things from our past that we haven't healed, old emotional baggage, old limiting belief systems, and so on. So we can take advantage of these methods that bring us an opportunity to reflect on those parts of our consciousness, giving ourselves the opportunity to heal, to release those patterns that no longer serve us, in a sense to clear our field of energy and consciousness of anything that may be holding us back, that may be binding or imprisoning us to patterns that aren't really for our well-being at this point. I hope that this discussion has given each of you some insight or some things to think about or ponder. For those that are exploring personal growth and healing, I invite you to visit my website, phinsights.com. That's phinsights.com. You can also view more of my videos on YouTube. For now, I would like to wish each of you a wonderful day. Namaste.